Welcome to the much delayed episode 66 of Rise of the Starlords. Murderin, Mokmurian. I believe that's what my players are going to do, and we're going to find out.
No, we're going to execute episode 66.
Oh, that
We're going to
title.
peaceful contact resolution with Mokmurian.
Possibly, but we're going to talk a little bit. Last episode, Nick and Tom explored a new game. They traipsed through the Canadian wilderness and fought some giant spiders. But the last Starlords game, you guys fought a trio of corner hounds, and then you opened the doors to Mokmurian's chamber after beating up a glowing child and thinking about going in a library but deciding against it.
You have to specify that the glowing child wasn't just like a child. It was like a weird fey creature that took the shape of a child, okay?
I didn't call it a shining child.
No. Human child. Somebody just cast light on him, and we just were like, demon!
Basically the same thing. And before we get any further, let's do our icebreaker. Let's get this done. Let's end this book that we've been waiting in limbo to end for so long. This is courtesy of El Presidente. Yeah. Their preferred pronouns are hell hit. And their question is, if your character could merge two different animals and create the ultimate animal, what two would you combine? I feel like Tom's got the answer to this, right? Tom,
well, yeah,
what would Jacinto combine?
It is, of course, a spider and a weird eldritch horror from, another dimension. That creates the ultimate animal.
Fair.
You
You already did it. You have won. What about?
I didn't even have to.
What about Grar, comrade? What would Grar combine?
So Grower is not super, he's curious about how things taste. He's got no concept of the relative strengths of other species. So I think his answer would be a bear and a slightly bigger bear.
So, like a grizzly and a polar bear to make a growler bear.
So you might say, wouldn't that just make a slightly small polar bear? And Grower would just kind of look at you funny, like, no, clearly not.
It would make a slightly small grizzly, but it would have the muscle density and pure carnivorous appetite of the polar bear.
That's right, exactly. It's a very simple answer.
There you go. All right. What about Ava, Leif?
I had a really sick and twisted one that I just don't want to share, but I'm having a hard time coming up with something else.
We could bounce past you while you think.
No. So we're gonna go with the bad one. If you asked Ava what two animals she thinks should be combined, she'd say, clearly dogs and goblins, because that would just be hilarious to see two things that hate each other combined in one thing. And yes, goblins are animals as far as Ava's concerned.
Fair. I guess her backup would be horses and goblins then as well.
Yes, of course, obviously. Goblin centaur, full-sized horse body still, but it's got like the actual proportions of like a goblin, so teeny tiny little like body and head.
Like a dog with a goblin top.
That does sound like an actual monster that they could make, like goblin centaur.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ooh.
What do we know?
Wait for
The Stridermander from Starfinder.
Wait for Paizo to do like a monster creation contest or something and submit that. What about Lahan, Nick?
Lohan wants to combine a Shotolashu, like Shabakon, with an Anisite, which aren't technically animals, but then we would have a technological, telepathic dinosaur mount, and it'd be great.
Fair. I figured it was going to be either very cool or you were going to combine two cute things.
I was debating cute. The other option would be an Anisite Squax, because then you'd have a Techno Squax, and it would be the cutest thing.
a Shotolashu squawks.
I don't know if that works. I guess you could have a giant, adorable, telepathic mouth. And then you lose the cool dinosaur. I don't know. That don't work right.
Who knows? But we've finished our icebreaker, did a real quick review on what happened, and before stream even started, we rolled initiative. So, let me sort that initiative, because I was bad and didn't do the sorting. It looks like, surprising no one, Ava kicks things off. Mokmurian, as you walked into the room, which I will describe once more, because I have to do the scrollings. Hey folks, I got off light, but the fatigue from post-COVID, no joke.
Yeah.
This vast chamber might have once been a lecture hall, but it's now a place of empty furniture. 6 5-foot-wide pillars, each carved with spiraling patterns of runes, rise up and support the 100-foot-high ceiling. Spread throughout the hall in neatly organized stacks and piles are technomantic trappings, candles, data chips, tablets, knives, and ingredients. The entire place looks like a technomancer's laboratory or storeroom. At the west end of the room, a wide flight of stairs rises up to a 20-foot wide stage on which sits a large mound of furs, an immense chair, and a table stacked high with more tablets and data chips. On top of which is a little cage containing a ogre's head. And if you'll remember, you fought the headless lord where you acquired Steve, and under which sits a footlocker against the wall behind the table. And Mokmurian was sitting on that throne, and as Ava had cracked the door open and kind of crawled in to peek around, and she saw on the north wall this massive statue of this potato-like entity wielding a glaive. Or at least it was the face of a potato-like entity that they've run across. The body was carved to be unrealistically athletic. 1 second.
What?
Sorry, she was asking pizza questions. I apologize.
Oh, those are important questions.
Yeah, so there's a potato-like entity's head on an unrealistically muscular person's body wielding a glaive. And Mokmurian was sitting on the throne as you opened the door and said something along the lines of, "I've been expecting you."
Rude.
And Ava, how would you like to respond?
By using a standard action, I believe it is. What?
I'm sorry, could I interrupt you? If you would like, I could cast a helpful spell on you that is a range of touch before you run in there all willy-nilly.
Then I will delay until after Jacinto goes. Ava getting ready to do something. Here's Jacinto in her mind.
Yeah, exactly. Across our mind link that we have, because I'm such a high-level mystic. We're so high-level now. Jacinto will traipse up to Ava and poke her calf, and from the calf spreading across her body are spines. You know what I'm casting. I'm casting some Defrex hardiness on my good friend Ava. So that is going to give you DR and effectively thorns equal to our level, which I think is still 12.
It is.
So enjoy that. The thorns is only if they hit you while they're adjacent to you. So get in there nice and close. And then I will tell Steve to sort of trundle forward. He's got a speed of what, 40 feet?
I believe so. I'm sorry. I told you that you had Steve, and then I promptly forgot that I was the one that had to control Steve because I did not make a proper roll 20 token for them. I apologize.
That's okay. We're going to operate under the assumption that he's just going to have to double move either way.
I believe he has a speed of 50 feet, actually. He is a very quick creature.
Man, so quick with his feet.
Yep, 50 feet.
Yep. Steve can get right on in there into a
Steve
flanking
charges.
position.
I would-
Steve just lumbers forward over Jacinto, over Ava, and just, lifts his club as he goes in.
yeah.
Can we get a
and-
shift to Z on his face?
What's up?
What?
Can we get a shift to Z on this guy's face?
The statue's face or Steve's face?
The-
Or Mokmurian's?
In fact, Mokmurian.
Okay,
Mokmurian.
well, that's the Karzog statue's face, and here is Mokmurian.
Goodness.
And you'll
Wait.
note that
Wait.
Did it not? Oh,
Mokmurian is up here?
Yep.
Mokmurian is the
west?
smaller figure.
Oh, well, I'll be darned.
He has Napoleon syndrome.
Oh, that's not very nice.
He very much is a
This is so
lunar
embarrassing.
chthonic giant, but is
Okay.
significantly smaller than the other ones that you've run across.
Steve can absolutely take flanking on that guy if you want. I think maybe focusing down the statue might be his thing.
That's fine. And then Artania is going to take a move action to zip over here, and that is my turn. Yes, it is my turn.
Sure. Ava.
All right. Now Ava's going to go invisible. Now that it's also given me a chance to look things up. Thank you, Tom. And
why I do
she's gonna zoom over here with her move action. All invisible like.
And shank a statue?
No, because I had to activate it because I hadn't activated it before going in here like a big dummy. But that's okay.
Big dummy, but that's okay. And it's Mokmurian's turn. Mokmurian is just tracking Steve, looking slightly perturbed at Steve's betrayal. Doesn't see any, squints a little bit seeing Ava disappear from sight. And he just has a straight line to Jacinto that he just saw cast a spell. And he's going to gesture at Jacinto with one hand. And as he does so, I need to make an attack roll as he casts a spell.
That is so crazy, Jet. Because I'm going to, as a reaction, try to usurp his spell.
Okay. How
This
does
is a
this
fourth
work?
level spell. So as a reaction, within a range of 100 feet plus 10 feet per level, which I'm sure I'm within, you override the will of another spellcaster taking control of their spell. As a reaction, when you observe a spell being cast within range, you can cast this spell. If you do, you can attempt a dispel check. The DC equals 11 plus the other spellcaster's caster level, plus 2 per level of the spell above 4th. If I succeed, I determine the spell's parameters as if I had cast it. This
So-
spell has no effect on artifacts or deities.
So the DC for you is what again? It's the caster level plus
11 plus caster level plus 2 if per spell level above 4th. So
Okay.
if it's like a 5th level spell, it would be 11 plus 2 plus caster level and so on.
I have the number in my head. Make your roll.
Right. So I have that one Aeon Stone. I looked this up before the session because I had a feeling this guy was going to be a spellcaster. I do have that one Aeon Stone that increases my caster level by 1. So this is D20 plus 13. I got a pronking 31.
Yeah.
You are very lucky. You beat it by 3. Because this is a 5th level spell that you usurped.
Dicey. Oh man, so Jacinto feels this like mystical energy swirling around him, and he just shouts louder than you all have ever heard him pretty much speak ever. And the power of his voice overcomes this magic, and he redirects it in a Uno reverse.
So he's directing it back at Mokmurian. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a wizard fight right now, Jet. I think that's what we're doing.
So, this is a ranged attack spell. Does he make the ranged attack on himself?
So it says you choose the parameters as if you had cast the spell.
Okay, so you would make the ranged attack roll, I think.
I imagine so, yes. Is this one of those cool ones where it lets me use my spellcasting ability modifier?
Yes, you can. You must attempt a ranged attack against your opponent's EAC, adding your key, score, or modifier instead of your dexterity modifier if it's higher. On a hit, the target takes 8d12 fire damage and is exposed to high radiation.
Oh, is that like one of the radiation?
Oh man, that's gonna be so funny if it works. All right, so what's my BAB? Hey, what's my BAB at this level?
I never thought I needed.
I'm a 12th level mystic, which implies, well, yeah, but if I don't have any attack rolls. Okay, telekinetic projectile. Yes, +9. Okay, so it's 7 + 9. D20 + 7, 9. My luck ran out. So that's a 19 versus whatever the spell says it's versus.
It's EAC, and that does not hit. So Mokmurian kind of gestures at you, and a beam of just concentrated, like neon green cartoon radiation energy fires from his hand and gets about halfway across the distance to you, Jacinto, and then it sort of freezes when you shout, and then it bounces back at him, and his eyes go a little bit wide, and he just kind of tilts his head to the side, and it sort of burns a hole in the chair that he's sitting upon.
Hey, that was a really nasty spell. I can't even cast spells that high. That was really spicy.
It was a spicy spell. Yeah, that's Mokmurian's turn. It is now the statue's turn, because the statue goes before Lahan and Grar. And the statue is... well, it doesn't realize it's surrounded, I don't think. I need to double check its sensory abilities, because again, the fatigue is no joke, folks. I did not quite get as much reading done as I intended.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they can't sense Ava, but I did learn that the statue's unflankable. You've fought something similar to this statue before. This is a much more powerful version of it, and it is going to, where is it at? It's going to just step on top of Steve, is what it's going to do.
Step on top of Steve?
In that its body appears solid, but as it moves, it flows over the top of Steve and around the column as though it were not entirely a solid entity. And then Steve...
That's a whole lot of nope right there.
Steve needs to make a fortitude save.
Well, go ahead, Steve. You got this, Steve. I believe in you.
Go, Steve, go!
Yep. Fortitude save.
Powers activate.
Steve got a...
No one can.
Steve rolled a 10 on the die for a total of 22, and they needed to beat a DC 20. So they are halving the damage that they would take as these nanites start tearing into Steve, dealing 8d6 damage, which would be then halved.
That is a whole lot of nope.
So much nope.
Yeah.
No, Tom. Nope.
So Steve takes a grand total of 12.
So I'm taking half that?
Yep, taking half of that. You got it?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
It's 12 damage.
Okay. Yeah, my internet is really not cooperating tonight. Just lovely.
It's fine. I'll just shift the statue over slightly so it's easier for you to click on Steve as well. He doesn't need to be
I wasn't having an issue. I cannot control the statue, so I can't click on him.
That's fine. He just wanted to be on top of him. And that was just a move. And the statue is then going to just lash out with its glaive. The edge kind of blurring slightly as the nanites hunger, and it will. The cloud damage should have happened at the end of the turn. I got that out of order. I apologize, but wow, that is a high number. A 42 to hit Steve. It definitely will hit. It is not a crit though. For a total of 35 piercing and slashing damage as these nanites start just chewing into Steve.
It is taken.
And that is the statue's turn. Lahan.
Yeah, that's very nice. All right, I'm going to try to remember what my speed is, which I should have thought about earlier.
Infinity.
It's really pretty high. There it is. 70. I think I can take extra with my boots if I need to. So Lahan will sort of jet into the room here. And I'll take a shot at Mokmurian before I sort of duck behind this pillar.
Sure.
I don't think he's got a good line of sight on me once I'm behind it, but I got a shot on the run, so I can shoot like when I'm at the door. And then duck out of the way. Take a shot with the frost moths. These giants weren't the ones that just ignored all my cold damage, were they?
Okay, so it has been a million years since we've fought these giants, and yes, these giants were the ones with massive cold and fire resistances.
All right, then shoot the street sweeper instead. If the 27 will hit, I'll roll the damage.
If a 27 will hit, a 27 versus, is it KAC or if it's EAC, it misses by 1. If it's KAC, it misses by 2.
It's EAC.
So I don't know if we have a +1 tucked away anywhere. If we do, you could match it.
Let's see. We have one that was technically for Revi on our Sunday stream.
Do you think Jack can use it?
I'm fine with it.
Well,
All
let's
right,
use
this
it.
is from Nate's Mac, 1995, saying, Revi needs a little help. I think they might have meant Lahan.
I guess they did.
Almost certain.
Yeah, they're very similar names.
The
26.
Street Sweeper does 26 sonic damage.
Mokmurian's head rocks back as this blast of sonic energy hits him, and he kind of grunts a little bit. Puny things. I'm going to end your meddling here. Grar, you go. Probably proving him wrong as you just uncreate him from a million miles away.
And no. Grar is decides it's time. He burps out a little rainbow puff of smoke, flicks out his jets, does the sound, and charges him and trips him.
Charge!
Oh gosh, you're just on top of him.
I don't know how you want to do it, but that's what he does. He just turns on the jets and rams himself into my.
Sure. I'll just put you right there. Roll your trip.
Yes, I need to roll a dice this turn. That's right. Not roleplay the attack.
Nice.
Nice. Where do I roll dice in this thing?
Click on the name of the attack.
I've done it.
And that is versus
EAC. EAC. Everything I do is against EAC.
It's EAC, and it's not EAC plus 8 because you've factored stuff in, correct?
Correct.
All right. So yeah, that definitely does it. So he falls prone. He falls out of his chair.
Triumphantly.
He falls out of his chair, or you knock the chair over, and he's just staring up the ceiling.
Make the chair. The chair disappears with rainbow smoke and entropy. Big Mokmurian falls on his ass. Over to Jacinto.
Yep.
It's an enter,
Yep, Jacinto.
All right. Jacinto is going to, let's see. He's going to hop onto Artania as a move action. Oops, I have been absorbed by Artania. It's happened. Artania's turn.
We're playing Artania.
Okay. So then, as my second move action, we are going to... Actually, I don't do that. Artania is just going to go over here and attack the statue. And Jacinto will do his aura thing, his Song of the Spheres. You know, the aura thing. And music note. I know there was a music note. Well, there it is. So I'm going to spend a resolve point, and let's see. Oh, my Song of the Spheres does so much at this level. Okay. So, I spend 1 RP, which means this will last for 4 rounds. Everybody gets a +1 morale bonus to attack and damage rolls. Everybody gets fast healing equal to 2. I think it's half the level of spell slot, not... energy resistance equal to my level, to number of energy types equal to half level of spell expended. So we're going to get energy resistance to, let's say, fire, because I know he was trying to target me with a fire spell. And let's go, I don't know, electricity. And then,
Too cold.
you know what? Let's have a field day. I'm going to spend another RP. Everybody is hasted for the duration.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I know that matters to at least one of us. Maybe 2 of us. I don't think Lahan fires many full attacks, but either way. Have a haste.
No,
Have
we get a boost to
healing.
speed, right?
yes, you are hasted. Yeah, as per haste. So you're affected by haste for 4 rounds. So 30-foot enhancement speed, which does not stack with the better legs.
Yeah, that's true.
So take the better of the 2. And then, with all of that in mind, Artania is going to leap over to this giant jerk of a statue, and as soon as his character sheet loads, he's going to bite this thing.
Nom, nom,
There it is.
nom, nom, nom.
Song of the Spheres. Take a bite. Big number, Artania, big number. 24 versus CAC.
24 versus KAC. That will miss.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Going from Pathfinder 2 to Starfinder really warps one's perception of how high AC should be.
Yep.
Then Steve is going to move out, take a step really, out of the statue's space, and then take a swing at the statue. And Steve is affected by Song of the Spheres too, so Steve can have a +1 bonus to this attack roll. If he can benefit from morale bonuses as an undead monstrosity.
I don't see... It just says mind-affecting effects. It's fine.
I'm not hearing anything you're saying. I would just... Sorry.
Am I muted? Am I muted?
No, you good?
Okay, Tom's just having a hard time hearing me. Okay, so Steve stepped, and then... Is Steve swinging? I apologize.
He's gonna attack.
Okay, slam. Make that roll. 2 on the die, so 21 to hit. That will not hit the statue. That's unfortunate for Steve. Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. I closed. He's coming right back. I closed the window because.
We lost Tom Prime.
All right. Yeah. All right, we're minimizing that. Okay. So Steve missed, but I have buffed and I did things, and Jacinto will also move into the room, and he'll stay by this pillar. That's my turn.
Sure. All right. Ava. Invisible Ava.
All right, Invisible Ava. That haste, does that apply to all movement speeds?
I think haste is all speeds, yeah.
I believe it does.
All right. How tall is the room, Jet?
100 feet.
Marvelous. Ava is going to just swoop right up to just above this guy, so she's still doing melee attacks. But she is getting right up in this guy's face. Now, can I still make a full attack if I move with haste? I don't remember if that's a thing or not.
I believe that is the case. Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been a while since I messed with haste.
Well then, I'm going to do it. If hearing no against, and I believe he's going to be flat-footed against the first one, which doesn't matter. But oh my god, a 32 and that's a crit!
Nice.
Uh, 22 will miss. 32 will hit, and I'm just desperately looking to see if they're immune to critical hits right now, and I'm not seeing that, and I'm sad. Wait, constructs have immunities.
They do. They're quite rude.
Bleed, death effects, disease, mind-affecting effects, necromancy, paralysis, poison, sleep, and stunning, ability damage, ability drain, energy drain, exhaustion, fatigue, negative levels, non-lethal damage, anything that requires a fortitude save. So it does not say critical hits. So it looks like that's getting through. So 40.
I'm guessing confused doesn't happen though. Let me change.
Confised probably does not happen, no. So 42, so 82, so 122, 128 damage. Oh my god, Ava's...
Ooh, I have a reaction. Just in time.
Oh,
Ava just put a crit.
Yes, I did.
You don't need stamina or a lot of stamina, so we're gonna... Battle leader, got him. So, congratulations. Yeah, right? Man. I took this twice, so everybody now has a +5 morale bonus to damage rolls till the end of their next turn.
Woo!
Y'all are monsters.
Yeah.
Bro, you made us this way.
I did, but you're monsters.
So, Leif, that counts for you until the end of your next turn. So not this turn, next turn.
That's kind of what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm visible now too. With that attack, I become visible.
I'm going to start tracking these in a text box on the map so we
Please
have
do.
a visual representation because there's a
That's
lot
a
of
really good idea.
boxes flying around.
Sure. That's all you got, Ava. Mokmurian's turn. While prone, I believe all he can do is crawl or stand up.
Correct.
And I think they're gonna crawl 5 feet, moving in a threatened area around you, Grar.
Oh boy, does that mean I get to inflict more pain on him?
Yes, you get an attack of opportunity.
Well, he's
Wow.
prone to list, so add 4.
Oh no. That tiny little giant is gonna have a very bad day.
That's 39 damage. As a 39 to hit will...
Plus 5 because of Tom's thing.
Oh yeah, so 44 damage. Ouch. But that does take your attack of opportunity away, because I don't think there's anything against casting spells while laying on the ground.
Correct. There is not.
And
Oh, I fell for it. Oh no.
you don't care. You have 1,000,000 stamina points.
I don't care. You're right.
I do
don't
need
think Rory's
you...
in
Vanguard,
that.
as a Vanguard, you do get to take multiple reactions in a round a number of times per day.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh no.
One. Okay, I'm not gonna doubt you. I just want to.
Okay, well, make a reflex save if you're not going to attempt to murder me while casting this spell.
I'm gonna attempt to murder you while casting it, though.
Oh gosh.
Oh no. Oh, that actually missed.
Is that counting the +4 for him being prone?
No.
27.
27 against the AC.
That will just miss.
Okay.
Oh.
It's alright.
So, reflex save.
Come at me.
Just him.
It's not great.
That will miss, actually. You do fail that reflex save, so you're going to take full damage.
Okay.
And what happens is a wave of 2 energies explodes out of Mokmurian. You have 8d8 cold and electricity blowing up in your face.
Okay. I'm gonna use an entropy point to reduce that.
Sure.
You also have 12 electricity resistance from the song.
Oh, I forgot about the type of reason. It doesn't matter. He wouldn't have known it anyway, and I chose those for a very specific reason.
Because you're kind of benevolent?
No, because of his companion in the room.
Dad, sometimes you just gotta take the win, you know.
No. I don't want
Alright,
you to
so-
ever think I'm kind and benevolent.
Let's say 33 minus 12 for our tiny song of the sphere, minus another 12 for my Vanguard entropy point use, minus 3 from my natural DR, equals I take 6 damage.
All of that and all of that damage taken just to do 6 damage to Grar. Oh,
Correct. My
There's-
bar is barely moved.
you're such a burly bear.
Wait till I have, wait till I see what I do the actual giant.
The statue's turn. The statue is going to swat at Ava, is what's going to happen, because Ava is the one that caused the most damage. It's going to wave this glaive at you, and this glaive is not staying rigid. It is bending almost like it's alive, as though it's a part of this creature that is made of nanites. It was merely programmed to hold that specific shape, and its dull, vapid potato eyes are staring at you with intensity as it full attacks you, Ava. a 37 and a 30 to hit, targeting your, I believe, KAC.
First will hit, second will miss.
So the first one is 34 piercing and slashing damage, obviously reduced by your Defrex hardiness, which in turn does 12 damage to the statue. And then I'm doing this in the proper order. Everyone within the area of the creature and within 5 feet of the creature needs to make a fortitude save. I just moved because I liked the idea of the statue flowing partially over Steve earlier. So Steve will make
Okay, so
Only a 19.
Okay. Come on. There we go. Roll hero lab. Okay, so you.
Oh, hold on. Before I know the. Is this the one? Where is it? Where is it? I have it. I know I have it. Hold on. Hold on. That. I spend an RP to reroll the failed fortitude save.
Okay.
fortitude.
I rolled a 2.
Steve successfully saved for half. So did Artanya saved for half. So 8d6 / roll. So 33 damage is going to Ava, 15 is going to Steve and Artanya.
What kind of damage?
It is piercing damage. And you are nauseated for 1 round because you failed the saving throw.
Yep. Literally.
As nanites dig into you. And that is the statue's turn. It is Lahan's turn.
All right, I'm going to take my move action to combat track the both of them.
Sure.
And then I guess I still got line of sight on that big bad. He might have some soft cover from my friend. What do you think, Fit?
I think he gets a little bit of cover, a little soft cover.
Okay. That's fine. We got the combat tracking on anyway. So let's take a shot. Him, that's a 38 versus EAC with whatever cover.
So 38.
Yep, 30.
Statue. Oh, I mean, you hit it by such a wide margin, cover doesn't even matter.
Yes! 33 points of sonic damage to that statue, and I will pass my turn over to Grar. Oh, +5 from Jacinto. So 38 points of sonic damage.
30.
Aha!
Oh, I guess they're both around.
38. Gosh. I thought Mokmurian and this statue might be able to stand up to you a little bit, but you're just demolishing them. Grar.
But yes. Alright, I didn't mean to.
All good. Okay. So, without tipping my hand as to what I want to do, if I try to grapple him, can it be against EAC or does it have to be against KAC?
It's probably KAC, unless you
That's
have a thing that
KAC,
specifically...
I don't, like,
Vanguard's-
first one and topic strike, are they all, like...
Vanguards target EAC with combat maneuvers.
Okay, that's the exact answer I wanted to hear. I don't have freaking grapple prepared on my thing, but it's got the same modifier as trip. because I got improved combat maneuver for both. So I'm just gonna roll the trip thing. I don't actually get any damage to it, but I'm just trying to grapple the yelly horizontal giant right now. Let's see, does a 41 successfully grapple him?
You do successfully grapple him.
Does that grapple beat his EAC by 13?
You beat his EAC by 10.
Okay. So I don't pin him, I just grapple him. Anyway, so I'm hearing that grapple means that you can't use anything that requires the use of both of your hands, right?
It's been a minute since I've grappled. I'm trying to look up grapple right now.
Say it again, Conrad.
My understanding of the grapple thing, just from what Neto says, is that you can't do anything that requires the use of both hands, which I assume includes broadcast.
So I found it. You can't move. You can take a -2 penalty to your armor class, attack rolls, reflex saves, initiative checks, and dexterity-based skill checks and ability checks, except those made to grapple your opponent in turn or to escape a grapple. In addition, you can't take actions that require 2 hands or other limbs to perform. You can't make attacks of opportunity, and you can't use stealth to hide from the creature grappling you, even if you have a special ability that allows you to hide when you normally couldn't. If you become invisible through a spell or other ability, you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to your check to escape being grappled, but you receive no other benefit.
Okay. But I think he cannot cast spells right now, right?
I don't think he can.
Okay. That's my center. With my move, I don't have any entropy points. I'm going to use a move action to gain 2 of them.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my god.
Jacinto?
Bringing up spellcasters
I got
everywhere.
right. A big fuzzy bear hitting you.
I love Grar so much.
Being grappled does not stop spellcasting, just movement.
Wait. Okay. I thought spellcasting used both hands, but okay.
However, you do get an attack of opportunity on him, and he can't move away from you. I think that's benefit. Like, that's the benefit of grappling a spellcaster. You're still very good at shutting him down.
Okay.
Yeah. If he were restrained, then he would not be able to spellcast. So, anyway.
This is my first time I've grappled in any D&D system, by the way.
Welcome. It's always a mess.
Yeah, I've noticed.
No matter what system it is.
Better too.
It is better in 2, yes. It's always obnoxious, though, to be on the receiving end. Jacinto is going to, let's see. He's going to, you know what? Heck Mokmurian. No. Saving throw. Nah, too bad. Jacinto's going to cast Mind Thrust at Mokmurian at 4th level, because that's the only way to give him a chance of failing. Oh, garbage damage too. On 10d10, I rolled pronking 38 damage.
Oh no.
Well,
all it is, right?
DC 21 will save, though.
sure is.
I can only fail this on a 1, actually. I did not roll a 1.
Yeah, well, have 19 damage. At least, Jed, look at it this way. At least the 2 spellcasters in this combat are both blowing their big spells and doing no damage, right?
Fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Trading
So,
blows.
trading, yes. A true wizard battle. Nobody's happy.
Especially the guy who's spinning around on the ceiling or the floor.
Yes,
Wizard battle or special effects battle? We'll let you decide.
Yeah.
We can see the wires coming from Jacinto right now.
Yeah, some WWE stuff. So Jacinto says, "Oh yeah, brother," and no, it's going to.
Sounds like a coworker.
I guess he'll tell Artania to just do things because he doesn't have anything else to do with the move action that I remember. Steve's gonna attack. Artania's gonna attack.
Sure.
You can attack for Steve because I don't have Steve's stats. And remember that he gets a +1 morale bonus and a +5 morale bonus to damage.
+1 and +5. I'm rolling now. Steve got a 35 to hit the statue, which will hit the statue.
And all right.
And with the +5, 32 damage.
I love that for us. Then Artania attacks with a 33 versus KAC, and factoring the two not stacking morale bonuses to damage, it's a total of 22 piercing damage.
Oh, the statue is so very close to death. I wholeheartedly disapprove.
That's fair. Oh, and fast healing. That affects. That is so great for minions that don't have stamina points.
Oh, because Steve should have. I haven't been healing Steve, so you have, right?
Well, I've been healing Steve. Don't worry.
Awesome.
Yeah. It only came about this one turn because he didn't start his turn with fast healing last round. So Jacinto will then wander. No, he doesn't do that. What am I talking about? Jacinto just cheers his friends on for a whole move action and ends his turn.
Sure. I do want to agree with Double Doge. Tom should always do Hulk Hogan voices.
Oh man, I have Twitch closed because my stupid internet. Hi, Double Doge. Thank you for being here and encouraging my bad voices.
Don't disparage your voices, they're delightful.
Exactly.
All right. Ava, what would you like to do? What horrible, awful thing would you like to do?
All I can do is move. So she's gonna fly straight up into the air.
Sure.
And free action throw up on the giant.
Which sure you do that, and I think it gets an attack of opportunity though as you just move away from it.
Yeah, go for it. I have mobility.
Yeah.
And DR. And Thorn.
DR. And Thorns. You might a 32 will, I'm sure, miss you.
A 32 with mobility will miss.
Yep. All right. Mokmurian's turn. Mokmurian looks at Grar with hate, and then their chest glows, and they vomit acid upon him.
Am I immune to that?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think you're immune to acid.
Because
I can do acid.
I like to give enemies the dragon gland. So I need a reflex save for half. DC 23.
Let's see. You got like a 50-50 chance of it. Alright.
25. So you take half of 18d6 acid damage.
Okay.
As Mokmurian just vomits up all of his insides upon you.
Alright.
So
I'm going to do my reaction to take 12 less. So my mitigate. Minus 3 more. So that is 41. That gives me another entry point.
well, you succeeded with the 25. So it'd be
56
half of
divided
that.
by 28. Minus 12 minus 3 is freaking 13, which is just enough to give me another entry point. Wonderful.
Joy. I'm just very slowly whittling away at Grar and then feeding him entry points that he can hurt me with.
Yeah. Or just reduce damage further.
That is how it works.
Yep.
Grar is feeling wonderful about this matchup.
The statue. Its potato-shaped eyes look vacantly at Ava, who is now out of its reach, and then it turns its ire upon Steve.
No, Steve!
This is like
Yes, Steve!
You see damage.
and it unleashes its full attack. A 33 to hit Steve, and a 28 to hit Steve.
You tell me, man.
And both of those hit Steve. I'm saying Steve a lot. And Steve is no more.
Oh, no!
Steve is rent asunder on a near atomic level as the glaive tears through him, and then his body just gets eaten down to nothing. And then the nanites rejoin the statue.
Poor Steve. We hardly knew him.
It's your
Well-
turn.
Evil destroys evil.
I suppose so. It's such a shame. He was so young. Cut down in the prime of his life.
Look, that could have been my hit points, so thank you, Steve.
Exactly, right? Like, Steve is done what he was put on this earth to do.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna dart up by this staircase here, where I'm sort of behind. Let's see. Which column do I want to hide behind? I'll be behind this column here. Taking a shot at the statue as I go.
Sure.
Ooh, it's only a 25 hit EAC.
25 versus EAC will miss.
Or a 26 with the morale bonus.
That will still miss.
Drat. No, I tried.
Alright, Grar.
Yeah.
Just do awful things.
So I'm looking at it, and I have to renew it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this lasts until the end of my next turn, so I have to do this again.
If you want him to remain grappled, yes.
Okay.
Ava can do wonderful bloody things if you do. I'm just saying, don't let
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure. So he gets a -2 to his armor class because he's currently grappled. So I'm just going to do the whole roll trip attack thing again.
To maintain the grapple.
Yes, I'm going to maintain the grapple.
And you get a +4 to this as well. To his
So-
-2. It's incredible.
So okay, 35 plus 4 against his EAC -2.
So 39 versus his EAC of 26.
Oh, looks like he's pinned.
Ooh.
Bye, spellcaster.
By a spellcaster.
What's not knowing you?
He could still keep vomiting. He's got resolve points, actually.
Okay.
But when you're now
Yo,
he's
I like-
restrained. When you're restrained, you can only take the escape action.
Oh, curses. I was hoping he could just keep throwing up.
No, I think since you are limited in the actions that you can take, you cannot take any action.
Yeah, I'm gonna apply the restrained condition. I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Pin. There we go.
Sorry, yeah, restrained is a 2E-ism.
Yeah, this is pinned. You can't move, are flat-footed. -4, additional -4 penalty to armor class and attack rolls. Saving throws, reflex saving throws, initiative checks, and dexterity-based skill and ability checks. These penalties replace those from the grapple condition and also apply to attempts to grapple your opponent or free yourself. You are limited in the actions you can take. You cannot take any action that requires the use of any of your limbs, but you can always attempt to free yourself, usually through an attack roll or acrobatics check. And you can't make an attacks of opportunity while you're pinned, but you can still take verbal and mental actions such as spell casting.
Interesting.
But you can't use somatic components.
Yeah.
Correct.
Is that a thing in this system?
I think we still have the tags.
I
me
think that
check
there
my-
are some, but I could be
Alright.
wrong.
I
Mine
think.
does.
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Huh.
Oh.
Wow, grapple is significantly
Yeah.
worse against spellcasters than it is against, combatants.
It's fair because it was probably too strong otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if he provokes the attack of opportunity and hits, I'm pretty sure the spell's just wasted. I think they got rid of the whole...
Yes. Yeah.
So, there is that. Yeah, so you have pinned Mokmurian just shamefully to the ground. Sinto?
Oh, that's me. Jacinto is going to cast, let's see. Yeah, I think we'll do Predict Foe. I reach into the target's mind. Unless he has spell penetration, of course. Or spell resistance, of course, because he is a chthonic lunar giant.
He should have spell resistance, but I forgot to spend the action to activate the spell resistance.
Oh no.
And
Well-
he's pinned and grappled and...
Yeah. I mean,
There's a fool.
that sounds like a mental action that he could take, but he doesn't have it right now. So,
It's also a standard action, right? So
yeah. For the duration, I can warn a creature the target intends to attack, providing that creature with concealment against the attack. Cool. All right, so that's my standard action. The song keeps playing. We're just, defeating baddies with the power of music.
Like you.
Like you do when you're a super cool space wizard with a pet
power.
spider.
that's right.
So Artania now takes a bite at the statue.
A bite out of crime.
Take a bite out of crime. 32 versus CAC. This is the correct damage now.
32, if I'm remembering correctly, will hit.
All right, please take 23 piercing damage. And my turn is over.
I forgot to do something on the statue's turn. 2 somethings, and I regret it.
What's that?
They're supposed to heal a little bit, and then supposed to make everyone adjacent to them make a fortitude save or take damage.
Right.
But we've already moved so far past that.
That's the statue. I'm gonna say giant, but
Jacinto, is that everything you'd like to do?
It is.
Ava, you're
All
thrown
right.
up and away.
Up and away, and she sees her opening, and she's going to take it. So she rockets over here, still hasted, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And she's just gonna double knife drop down onto Mokmurian.
oh no.
Oh, those are some low rolls. Let's see what happens. A 19, effectively +8.
Against an EAC or KC -4.
Against his EAC.
So
-4.
his EAC with the penalties factored in is now 22.
So only the 26 will hit, but that is going to be for 44 damage because I have my Song of the Spheres toggled on still. 44 sonic damage, and that ignores 5 of his energy resistance, should he be resistant to sonic.
Sorry, the get him +5 morale bonus is gone.
Oh, then just 40 sonic damage.
Just 40.
Just 40.
Let's give him
Oh.
4 back.
Look, I dealt 120
Horrible
something to the
face.
giant last turn. Turn before that.
Oh.
40's low for Ava, and I will say that.
Ava descends from on high and is just so overconfident at this pitiful foe and just misses twice and then sinks one blade in. And it's Mokmurian's turn. Mokmurian's just going to provoke an attack of opportunity as he tries to cast a spell.
From both of them, right?
I have one of those too.
God.
No, Pathfinder 2E.
Friendo.
There's not any other choices.
Yeah.
Oh no, Conrad! Oh boy, and that's a plain old hit from Ava.
I feel like this is exactly what you all did at the end of Dead Sun cast.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
We do love our soldiers.
minus
Our martial
38,
character.
then minus 80,
91.
91?
Yep.
Not 97, 91. Oh god, Mokmurian was looking okay, but frustrated and sad, and now they're just like they're so injured. He's like, you puny, oh, and he's just like he was trying.
Comments all over him and just covers him in rainbow. There's like
no.
a rainbow slime dripping from Mokmurian's face.
Yeah, I feel like there's just been a lot of shouting and like him trying to say things to you,
Yeah.
and then you just manhandling him and shutting him up over the past few moments.
Oh, wow.
As
And
a reaction, I will tell Grar, nice job, Grar.
Thanks. I
And
give you a thumbs up.
you get, where is it? Stamina equal to 24 plus my charisma mod, which is 5. You get 29 stamina points back. As a reaction.
Fully healed. There's just been this evil spellcaster in the background who's tried to monologue and then was just mauled by a bear.
Oh, did you want a monologue? See, we're sorry, we brought a bear.
Bear with a jetpack.
You brought a monologue to a bear.
He's not very patient, is the problem.
He is very hungry though.
That's why we bring him.
The statue flows around that pillar, ignoring Artanya, allowing Artanya to make an attack of opportunity, and it's going to strike out at Jacinto.
Oh,
no!
Why me? Why me, statue? 28 versus your CAC. This will surely bring the statue down. And see
It does miss.
if that hits CAC.
It does miss its CAC, and it lashes out with that glaive, that very flexible and almost alive glaive. A 37 to hit
Yeah.
for 33 piercing and slashing damage.
All right. That's fine. 'Tis just a flesh wound.
And anything within 5 feet of the statue must make a fortitude. I should have stepped one square over. Must take a fortitude save. So Artanya needs to make a fortitude save.
23.
3, which I believe will have the damage. Yes, that halves the damage, and it is not 18d6, 8d6. So 16 damage at Artanya as some nanites kind of flutter off of the statue's form and start chewing into Artanya. The statue heals a little bit. And it is Lahan's turn.
Only statues should be allowed to heal. That's not okay. Yeah. Well. Oh, I don't want to be that close to this thing. I'm gonna jet back into this hallway. That's 45 feet, 50 feet. And take another shot at the statue.
Sure. And I'm sure you have mobility, so the attack of opportunity will be fine.
Yes, I do.
A 32, I'm sure, misses you.
With my mobility, it meets.
46, piercing and slashing.
Ow! Alright.
33 will hit its EAC and its KAC, so 21 sonic damage. This last turn is almost a net positive, but then you went and shot it.
22. from the
Oh, +1.
morale bonus. And I'll pass my turn to Gerard.
And it's Grar's turn. You're mauling a giant wizard.
Yep. So Grar can learn from his mistakes. So pinning him still allowed him to cast spells, it seems. So I think Grar is just going to try to full attack and attempt to bite his head off. Let's see if I succeed. Oh man, those are some bad rolls.
Yeah. Even with all of the penalties, that's still, you missed twice.
Yeah. Okay. Look, a 4 and a 1. I shouldn't be hitting. That's fine.
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
If you had a +1, you could have turned that 1 into a hit.
Am I technically flanking?
Did
No.
you count your +1 morale bonus?
I didn't count my +1 morale bonus.
You didn't? So tell me how you kill Mokmurian
Oh, yeah. So,
as they're trying to monologue.
right, like, I've got 4 of my fuzzy bear paws on top of his, and I just bite down and bite his head, put it entirely in my mouth, and rip it off, and then consume it, and burp out a few magical items.
Sure. Poor
Wow.
Mokmurian. Is
Poor
it-
Mokmurian, he's gonna destroy our hotel!
Sure. He can't
And,
have
like,
his own, he
The
can't.
galaxy.
That doesn't mean that he can't have his own problems. It just means he's a bad person.
Give it that person.
Jacinto, there you go. There's a giant statue in your face.
Well, I don't think my predict foe is going to be transferable, but that's fine. Because we killed the big bad, and that's good. So Jacinto is going to take a guarded step back, a very ginger step. Rather, I think I'm just gonna, like, move back, just because I don't want to get smacked.
I
For,
already ate
while-
a minute ago.
Oh, you did! Oh, okay, good. Thank you. You are a kind friend. I will cast on this thing. Why not? Polar Vortex. Blah. So I summon a blizzard that's going to last 14 rounds.
Until the end of time.
Till the end? Yeah, certainly the end of this episode. Let's see. I didn't want an
We can
acid
put it
cone.
over here, so this side is clear.
Yeah. It's a 20-foot radius, right?
Yes, that is what it
All
is.
right.
Let's say that.
Well, that's a 10-foot radius, but suffice to say, it's like around here. Here.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to center it so it's like just on his bottom half, I think that would leave a way for everyone to still get hit in.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's real big, and you can kind of put it there or whatever.
Real big. If you would send that to the map layer, I would greatly appreciate it. And
Yeah,
then
I'm stopping the looping. And
Yeah,
I'm
good
sending
idea.
it to map.
So now he needs to make a reflex saving throw, or it needs to make a reflex saving throw, this statue.
I'll have you know, it's actually bizarrely good at reflex.
Yeah, because it's made of nanites. I get it. But, you know, spellcaster's got a spellcast.
Yeah, no, I get it. A natural 20.
Cool. Well, that means you probably got like a 72 on your reflex save, because
At least.
enemies' bonuses in this system are bonkers.
About
that's
half
fine.
of that. About half of that.
Still takes half damage. 3d6 bludgeoning and 6d6 cold. The first is bludgeoning, the second is cold. He can take half of both.
Okay, so 3 and 12, so 15.
All right. And then Artania's going to bite. Come on, Artania, hat trick. Oh, we got a hat trick, I bet. 30 to hit.
Let's KAC is 31.
It is. No, that sucks. Artania needs a 16 to hit this pronker. But that's fine. That's fine. I think that's all I'm gonna do. That's my turn.
Sure.
We have
Ava.
one more round of the Song of the Spheres. It would be so funny if we finished this whole fight in one Song of the Spheres.
4 rounds.
Oh man. It's all about the luck of the dice at this point.
Is the song closing time?
Oh my god.
It certainly could be a weird, like, synthy, spacey version of closing time.
I think it's gotta be, right?
It it modulates into that. It transitions Grateful Dead style. It's like, wait, we were listening to closing time this whole time? No, they just changed it so skillfully. Anyway, sorry, Leif, it's your turn.
You're good. Ava's gonna fly towards this thing. Shuriken's out. And that's a 16 EAC, 30 EAC, 30 EAC.
Is that factoring in the Song of the Spheres?
It looks like it is. It's got the morale bonus in the...
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
it does.
all of those miss.
No!
Bummer summer.
Do we have any plus ones?
No.
Nah.
No.
All right. The statue gets to act, and it's gonna full attack Ava because Ava's right in front of it. Oh. Full attack. A 43 and a 45 to hit.
Those will both hit, but it'll take 24 damage.
Sure. 45 and then 44 piercing and slashing. And it almost killed itself attacking you, I'll have you know. At the end of its turn, it heals ever so slightly. Ava, fortitude save please. Artania, fortitude save please.
Oh, I'm gonna spend another can I do that more than once a day?
Yeah, it's just resolve points.
Alright, I'm spending another resolve point.
Just be careful with your resolve points. You don't want to turn
There we
it.
go.
Okay, so Ava succeeds. Artania failed. 26 piercing damage as some of the nanites comprising the statue seek you out and start chewing into you. Artania is nauseated.
Bummer. That
For 1
means
round.
he can just take a move or a standard, right? Or he can't
Nope.
take a standard.
Just a move.
Gotcha.
You are unable to attack. It's awful. It's awful. Here, let me read it to you. You are experiencing stomach distress. You can't attack, cast spells, concentrate on spells, or do anything else requiring attention. The only action you can take is a single move action per turn.
I just
Yeah,
need to
that's
make you guys
obnoxious.
nauseated all the time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
statue's
super
turn.
conditioned.
Lahan.
All right, this statue is really starting to get on my nerves. I'm gonna take 2 shots. First one's gonna miss. What about a 31?
If there's actually a +1 factored in, a 31 will just hit. And you can tell me how you destroy this just massive cloud of nanites that have coalesced into the form of this potato-faced man.
Well, this sweet street sweeper fires sonic charges, so I just vibrate them all apart, dissipating this cloud of nanites.
And as it's dissipating, the vacant-eyed potato face gains the eyes glow faintly, and it gains just a little bit less of a vacant look. And it looks at you, and its head turns to look at you. Ah, you're the pests that have been bothering me. It'll be good to crush you under my heel in person. I said that and it sounded a little bit too cool. Just imagine as though a toddler was flip-flopping around and trying to say it 47 different ways.
Well, that's not very intimidating at all.
He thought it was, though. And then it will just disappear into a cloud of nanites.
Wait, so, who was that? That wasn't... I thought Mokmurian was the big bad.
If you'll recall, that large statue is very familiar to you. You have run across a couple of statues of this individual. That was a statue of Karzog, the Star Lord of Greed.
Ah, yes, okay. Cool. Well, we'll probably run into him eventually.
Can't be a good sign.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's...
If the title is in the name of the AP, then he's probably significant.
That's also... It's also significant in that, to your recollection, all of the Star Lords have been dead for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years.
Ah, yes, okay. So that's more concerning than I initially. Well,
Extra concerning.
yeah. We should probably look into that. We should probably do something about that. We can't have a Rune Lord running around, or Star Lord, as it were.
And I think, it's time. You have defeated Mokmurian. You have destroyed the statue that was in the room with him, and the statue spoke to you with an intelligence that was not its own. You suspect that it was being puppeted or controlled from a great distance, at least at the very end there. And when next we come back, fingers crossed next week,
We can do it. I believe in us.
you can find out probably a little bit more information because you still have the library and you have Mokmurian's personal possessions that you can dig through, and we can move on from there.
Sweet. Awesome.
You
We
want
did
to?
it, you guys. We
finally
murdered Murderin.
Do we want to tell on air what Mokmurian has dropped for us? Just we got a little bit of time.
Sure. He never wielded it, but he had a Drifter Ice Star staff.
That sounds
really?
dope.
Yeah. He had that. And here, let me just go to the armor page.
I have a really hard time feeling sorry for this gadget. I do.
I mean, he's not a good person. He's not. But you did just
The empathy
destroy
I
him.
feel is for Jet not getting to pull out all the cool.
Yeah,
choices.
like. ultimately,
I know that pain
his-
as a GM.
He's
The
wearing
last
his...
few seconds of his life were sad. No, I'm not getting it.
It's fine. I love the mental image of him like starting a speech and casting a grand spell, and then just a bear just mauling him as he's trying,
Rocketing it at him, tripping him, pinning him to the ground.
just mauling him in the background as then the camera focuses like on the statue, and in the background, just slightly out of focus, there's just this guy being mauled by a bear.
Who is supposed to be the boss world?
It's very good.
He was wearing Elite Hardlight Series armor. He had an adaptive defense module, which never came into play because I don't think you did any you did sonic damage to him, but not enough that it would have even mattered because Grar was just mauling him. It was an adaptive defense module Mark II. And he had he had a Mark I spell reflector, which again didn't come into play really. I guess I could have technically used it on the no foe or whatever, but
That would have been really funny if if like I had successfully attacked him with his own spell and then he bounced it back at me.
yeah,
Ah,
that would have
That
been
would have been
pretty
so
great.
great. I would have that would have been awesome.
Yeah. And that was basically what's on his person. He had a lot of augmentations, which you can't take because they're augmentations. And you also are now level 13.
Woo!
Woohoo!
At the end of the AP,
Fifth level
you're
spell.
lucky number 13. And you have the head of the headless lord in a cage. And you'll find out some more stuff next week.
Nice.
The statue
Oh.
didn't have anything because the statue was just a cloud of nanites. Sorry, Leif.
Well, figured as much.
That's fine. I will take them and incorporate them into my new. It's all good.
Sure. Thank you to Paizo for the adventure path that we're quickly suspecting is cursed to all but probably. What was it? I haven't listened to the podcast in a while. I need to catch up. Rocks and Rude Lords. I think they're the one that hasn't been hit by tragedy and has just been going fine. Then I want to thank, it was Leif, you were running audio tonight, correct?
Yep, but my computer crashed, so I don't have anybody to thank for you.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It's usually what, Alex Productions and Lo-Fi Girl?
That sounds right to me.
Yeah. Yep. I'm looking at the feed now.
Sure. And
That
I'd
is
like to
correct.
thank you for joining me. Sorry that it's taken so long to get back to this point. And Steve Collings, Isle of Lore status icons. They got a little bit of action there from Jacinto at the end. And that was given to me by Nick very kindly. What do we have going on this Sunday, Nick?
This Sunday, our scholars are going to continue looking into the fires around campus, delving a little bit deeper into the forge that they found. That's probably about as far as they're gonna get, but they keep finding mysterious frog legs, probably leading to an encounter soon.
And we'll be there an hour early.
Yes, we will. We'll be starting an hour earlier than normal. So we're usually on at 7:30 Central. We'll be on at 6:30 Central, adjusted for your time zone. And I will, like I said, I was going to put that in the announcements channel with the time zone code.
Nice. And then next week, like I mentioned, you'll probably do a little bit of digging, and we'll determine what you're going to do to Jorgen Fist, because there are still some people on Jorgen Fist. You haven't absolutely murdered everyone. So we'll have to figure out what you're going to do with this massive ancient ship. We'll have to figure out whether or not you're going to dig into that library at all, and where you're going to go from there.
Launch it into the sun.
I mean, that is a possibility. And
Oh, you know what? No, 'cause, they would hate us for that. They're people who live on the sun.
that's the Galarian system sun. There might not be anybody in this sun.
That's fair. Fair play.
If anyone has any questions, comments, or shout-outs, feel free to contact us. We've got an email, nonstandardaction, all one word, all lowercase, @gmail.com. We also have a Discord. The link should be below or in the show notes if you're listening to us. And you can send us icebreakers. We always welcome them. They are in the welcome channel, in fact, and the feedback channel. I believe they're pinned in the feedback channel and just front and center on the welcome channel, probably at the bottom of the list. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to mention?
No?
No?
Thanks for running.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Always.
If in that case, let's say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye. If you'd like to hang out with us, you could join us on our general voice on our Discord afterwards. And take care of yourselves, everybody.